Okay, just to finish up last time,
We went to
you
a crazy party. We found some weird spiders upstairs. We saved some commoner lady who the noble guy swore he would dance with, but then he promised 3 people to dance with, and I had my blood sucked. We bribed a nobleman, and it turned out the lady we rescued was another one. And then, as we went back to him, like the granddaddy of all spiders came down from up top, apparently pissed off that we killed all of his kids. Is that a reasonable summary?
That's about what I remember, yeah.
that is very reasonable. However, at the true end of that story, as this immense bloated purple spider descends from the darkness above, the Viscount, he stands and he says, "My beloved," and he runs out to meet the spider, and they dance the sunset waltz together.
Um,
That's a joke, right?
I'd like to do a
You're
sense
totally
motive
No,
fucking with us.
check if he's insane.
no, that is truly from the AP.
Okay, you know
Well,
what?
that's messed up shit. Awkward.
I'm gonna go ahead and assuming this is some kind of creature, because it's like a living thing, so ergo it must be a creature. I'm gonna go ahead and automatically roll a 47 with my lore master ability and my book of the lore master, and wonder what the hell this spider thing is that's his beloved. Does a 47 tell me what it is?
It is a Ling spider.
And are they like these mental control things or something? Are they like illithids or like dominating him?
No. With your sense motive, surely the Viscount is in love with the spider.
That's some messed up shit. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I will see you all next week.
So now you can wake up if you would like.
Yeah, as long as we got the thingy we were supposed to get, we probably should wake up before this thing realizes that the people who killed all the other spiders are still in the room.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Okay, and you wake up on board ship. And yes, you do have the Viscount signet ring in the party sheet. And you wake up on board ship. And you all have done several Dreamlands excursions. I'm gonna make you take a few days off to actually rest, just so I can move the calendar ahead. And it is now day 30 of your 60-day journey.
Damn, we apparently took like 3 weeks off.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna make you take a little bit of time off in between each Dreamlands.
Hey, Wintermute, tell you what, how about we take 2 weeks off and you call my actual boss and negotiate a week time off from that, okay?
More than happy to.
So, in all seriousness here for a second, the Pathfinder team writing this assumed they would take 10 days basically per dream quest or something?
You have events. time was actually very relative in this adventure. However, in the real world, you have an event that, was on day 3, and then you have one coming up in the near future. But you're down to.
And I take it messes something up if we just keep doing the Dreamlands quests first or something.
No, because I'm going to send you on another Dreamlands quest right now.
Okay.
I'm just going to speed the trip up a tad, is all.
Okay. Is this just because we finally got rid of Ugar and we don't have a stored lake slowing us down anymore?
No, not at all.
He always seemed a bit short-tempered to me.
I'm going to take him off the party sheet, though. Did you really want his weapon?
Yes, with my 7th strength, I will slice everything up with the Vorpal Great Axe.
I don't think you can make a salad with that strength. Can somebody help me cut this cucumber? This carrot's kicking my ass.
I'm pretty sure like Great Axe alone would be like 90% of my light load capacity.
Okay. And let's see, of the 3 dream quests that you have left, you have the Ambassador's Assassin. You're looking for a red webbed foot and a Captain's Tricone.
That's
Is that
Captain's
it?
hat,
So
right?
we only need 6 total?
Yes. The Ceramic Necropolis and the red webbed foot were,
So far I have us having the Skull of Ghoul Royalty, a Greenstone Idol, a Pard's Tail, and a Viscount Signet Ring.
yes. And then you have the Assassin, the foot, and the Tricone left.
And what the Assassin's what then?
The Ambassador's Assassin. Wait a minute.
What is that, like a plant or something?
Here's my story.
Night Hag Ambassador's Heartstone?
The Ambassador's Assassin is the Night Hag's Heartstone.
Hey, what are these bracers of armor in the party sheet?
So do we and we need the red webbed foot as well?
Did he just mute himself?
No, sorry, I'm looking.
I'm just looking at the Dreamlands gift public note right now.
Okay. You've done the tail, you've done the royalty, you've done the greenstone idol, and you've done the Viscount signet ring. So you do have the Ambassador's Heartstone, Captain's Tricone,
And
and
a
the red webbed foot. They divided it up into two main sections, and all your research is on the item name. And then they gave the actual quest a different name. And
Awkward.
yeah. So, which quest would you like to do?
I want to get that foot, the webbed foot.
Okay, foot it is.
So
There
what
you
are the
go.
bracers of armor in the party sheet? Are those real or dreamland items?
Give me a second.
Well, they don't have a DL next to them.
No, I'm thinking they're real.
Okay then.
Sweet. Who's got the lowest armor class?
It doesn't stack with actual armor, so
Really?
yep.
Lame. Never mind
They're
then.
basically meant for like mages who don't want to cast mage armor or something, or monks.
Boo. I wanted to increase my tankiness.
Okay.
So I can't use it either. 'Cause I've got armor.
Alright, I've got armor too. How about that?
And that's probably why they're still in the party sheet.
And we haven't had the chance to actually sell anything or get anything in the real world for like 3 levels.
Okay, from the research on the foot, naturally you learn the proper phrase that allows you to use the ritual.
Quick question. Were we delayed for those like 3.5 weeks doing nothing because Ugar was passed out in a drunken stupor and had that long of a hangover?
Yeah, Ugar's in pretty rough shape.
Okay, well, I know what we'll do. We just need to give him a drink from this horn of the panacea. Oh shit, that's Dreamlands only. Oh well.
Okay, one of the books is a medical journal, and it describes rare diseases such as pox, ghoul fever, and zombie rot as diseases that WAMPs, 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 can inflict with their bites. The journal advises the reader to avoid cemeteries and necropolises where WAMPs sometimes congregate in large numbers.
Okay, with my knowledge of apparently these are undead, I'm guessing with a 33, what do I know about WAMPs?
Hold on just 1 second on that roll. Further reading, you find a lavishly illustrated bestiary which identifies rare creatures called WAMPs. They are bizarre aberrations with multiple legs ending in webbed feet. Although WAMPs are generally a pale gray color, the skin of their feet is a dark red.
Can I ask a potentially silly question?
Yes.
Please tell me they didn't walk up to somebody and say, "Hi, we are the WAMPs." I'm hoping someone else named them. Do we have any information about that?
About who named them?
Yes.
It would probably depend largely on how intelligent they are, but I think for the most part, sentient creatures of intelligence are generally responsible for naming non-sentient creatures or sentient creatures of limited intelligence.
Okay, what do I know about their intelligence?
Uh, they have a pretty high intelligence.
Are we talking like high for an animal type thing? High for a troll? High for a human?
With your role, I'm just looking to see if they actually had descriptors.
Are they smarter than the average elf?
They have an intelligence of 14.
So that okay, so yes, they are smarter than the average elf. That's pretty smart. I'm guessing they named themselves. They are really dumb, apparently. What do they look like exactly? You said there's some kind of aberration?
Yes, hold on, I'll give you a picture.
Am I going to regret seeing this picture?
Don't we always?
Well,
And
that's
there's
an
your
ugly butt.
aberration.
Does that answer your question?
So it's a pig spider, basically.
With
Pretty
frog
much.
legs.
So is our goal to cut off the foot of one of these things then?
Yes. You need the foot of a wamp.
I'm just saying, of all the things on that creature, its webbed feet are like the least interesting part of it. Like it just looks like a frog's foot. Like what's so special about that?
Uh,
Is that a fair question or point to make?
yes, it is. I really have no idea why the Mad Poet would be interested in it.
Oh, it's because you're not crazy enough.
Because it is, yeah, other than one of the items that Laos had presented the Mad Poet. I guess due to the level of danger, it's a rare item. Not a lot of people are stupid enough to go after it. Oh, this is fucked up.
But
Just the background for this little section. Okay. Yeah, some days pass and, you all recover and research and rest and One night you decide to do the Dreamlands ritual and go off in pursuit of a foot from a wamp. And you perform the ritual and you're passing the staircase around and filling each of the 70 steps. And finally, Eric throws it down onto the deck of the ship and the stairwell appears and you all descend. And up the
Where
map.
are we going during this ritual? Do we have any idea? Also, do we actually? I'm assuming if we took a 3 weeks rest, we should actually have at least 1 night's of rest. Hopefully, that's not too crazy of an idea.
Boom, there you go.
Okay.
From the location, you know you're going to a necropolis in the Dreamlands.
Is this the Ghoul Necropolis again?
Put you all on the map. Copy, take Cougar off the combat tracker. Off the combat tracker.
All right, everyone, you ready to wamp it up?
Oh.
Yeah,
So beyond the fact that there are these aberrations, and they have these web feet and pig snouts and whatever, and apparently they're quite intelligent. What else do we know about them? Are they particularly aligned? Are they able to negotiate with them? Like, if we're trying to find a wamp's foot, or can we say, hey, you have a dead wamp over there, we'll do you a favor if you let us take one of their feet or something? Like,
well, from the medical journal, you know that that their bite does carry like zombie rot and or something or another.
but they're aberrations and not undead, you said.
Yes, they are aberrations.
So are they open to being negotiated with? Are they inherently hostile to non-wamps? Like, what do they hate? What do they like?
If you give me just a second, I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Close. There's the wamps. Close, 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 close. You stay, you go. Go. Okay, the wamps. They are an aberration. As I was saying from the medical journal, you know that their bite attack damages those with diseases. It's for most wamps, it's a virulent form of zombie rot. Um, However, in some cases, it could be ghoul fever instead. Um, you know that they lack eyes and see exclusively through its blind sight ability. Outside of 60 feet, it's basically considered to be blind. You do know that a disease from a WAMP uh, has no onset time. It's a swift infection, and those infected with the disease must attempt saving throws twice as frequently as normal. And you know that overall they are a chaotic creature.
Just chaotic
Chaotic,
neutral?
chaotic evil creature.
Chaotic evil, okay. So unlike the cannibalistic human corpse consuming Zoogs, these guys are evil.
Yes.
Okay. At least there's some standards here.
And you know you can find them. They can be up from like 1 to 9 in any encounter with them.
Okay, and despite the, I mean, like, I'm not thrilled with the existence of chaotic evil things. On the flip side, we did negotiate with ghouls earlier, so are they able to be negotiated with? What kind of stuff interests them? If they're that intelligent, like you said, they had 14 int. That's a lot more intelligent than the average human. I mean, do they seek knowledge? Do they like people to tell them tales because they can't read jack shit due to not having eyes or something?
No, their sole purpose is just to eat and breed.
Man, 14 int going to waste there.
Okay, you arrive you into a
Oh, do
square,
I know what
and
languages they speak?
you would ask right after I close the thing.
I'm just trying to mess with you, man. Okay, I actually am
Uh,
watching through your computer and I saw, hey, he closed his window, now's the time to ask.
A Kalo, Common, and Krill.
I guess Nakril is some special language that's not mentioned in Fantasy Grounds anywhere.
Necril.
I
It was
got
on me.
nothing. That's not mentioned in the Fantasy Grounds linguistics check stuff.
Okay. You arrive in this large city, and the tall buildings are pressing in around a wide square where you appear. The sky is low, and there's a feeling of oppression and abandonment hanging in the air, along with this powerful, unpleasant odor of decay. You see a few scraggly plants formed from yellow ceramics standing in window boxes on the buildings. A few trees of the same ceramic composition clustered together in a nearby park. Uh, the buildings are all constructed of stone and the same yellowish uh, cement material or ceramic material.
Does it look like the same yellow of the whole Hastur thing?
Um, There's nothing to truly indicate that there would be a connection between that yellow and the yellow king.
Alright, well, before we proceed, I'm going to cast a few spells. Okay. I mean, that'll last us for about an hour and a half, and then I can recast some of them if needed, but I figure hopefully we have what we want and are out of here within an hour and a half.
Okay. You can tell that, or you see that you are not alone. And although currently none of them have follow you,
Those aren't wimps.
you can see that there are guests wandering the town.
What do I know about ghasts?
Yeah, let's start with what you see. You know that they are indeed a medium undead creature. They do carry ghoul fever if you get bit. And just as a side note, if you die of ghoul fever, the next night at midnight, you come back as a ghoul.
Awesome.
And if you come back as a ghoul, you retain none of the abilities that you possessed in life.
There's some good news, I guess.
But you do hunger for the flesh of the living, and you behave like a normal ghoul. A creature or a creature that's taken damage by a ghast natural attack, got to make a fortitude save or be paralyzed. And as you come within 10 feet of them, the overwhelming stink of death and corruption, it's a fortitude save or you're sickened for minutes.
How intelligent are these things?
Quite intelligent for a human.
Okay, and what languages do they speak?
Common.
Alright, unless someone has a better idea, I'm going to wave my rapier around in a menacing fashion and say in common, you have one chance to speak with us or be destroyed, and try to intimidate them into realizing that they're hopelessly outmatched by us. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but we'll see. Does an 18 do it?
Okay.
So normally to demoralize them, you need 10 plus the target's hit dice plus the wisdom modifier. I'm probably trying to scare him more than that, so it's probably harder, but I don't know, for me, for example, I'm level 8 and have -1 wisdom, so the DC to intimidate myself is apparently only 17.
I'm gonna let you intimidate the one to the south of you, number 7. And you notice he kind of takes a 5-foot step back. And would you make a perception? And you notice one of the other guests to your west backs up 10 or so feet.
Backs up or steps up?
He backs away, and you're pretty confident that he wasn't affected by your intimidation.
Okay.
However, all the ones that were not aware of you are now aware of you.
Good.
Great.
So let's roll for some initiative, guys.
Sorry, double clicked.
Well, that did not get any better. Okay, the one initially that, you know, Eric spotted backing up, um, he backs up another 10 feet, or he walks over to another ghast.
Colonel Custard, I see what you mean.
Little Bighorn, surrounded by Indians.
Yeah, I was thinking you're thinking meaning Colonel Mustard from Clue, because we're on a detective thing.
No, after I typed it, I'm like, Custard, that doesn't start. Oh, Custer. Damn it,
Yeah,
Custer.
Custard.
Indian.
Yes.
Shit.
That's why I realized that's what you meant, but I'm like, custard? That sounds delicious.
Yeah. Paging Colonel Custard. We'd like some custard before we die at the hands of these gas.
You have Colonel Sanders, right? So then you have Colonel Custard. It's the next step.
That's right. Custard with 11 herbs and spices.
And
10 of
number
which are
3
salt.
moves up. And number 7's gonna take a 5-foot step. Number 6 is coming up. Number 8. Coming up. Number 9. And Poppy, you're up.
What's the save that I have to make when standing within 10 feet of them?
Standing within 10 feet of them, you need to make a fortitude save. And
Did I make it?
you did indeed make your fortitude save.
Man, no power attack.
Nope.
And Poppy, even though you did make your fortitude save, you are very aware of how powerful this creature smells.
My pigtails are standing upright.
Yes.
I'm gonna start orating about all the different weird creatures we've killed, and I'll say, we're here to hunt wamps. You can join us or you can be destroyed. And I'm going to ready an action to attack.
I guess I'm going to just use my bow on this one. Oh, hold on. Had to target him. And I will. Oops. So I hit him. One.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Um,
And you can see that gas number 5 is talking to gas number 2. Gas 11 comes up 20 feet. And gas 2 comes in and yells something at gas number 11.
Okay. I have tongues up, so I understand every language in existence magically. What does he yell?
You can tell that he yelled out, "Wait," to gas number 11.
Okay.
And gas number 3 comes in. Closer to Poppy. Gas number 7 actually comes up.
Do I have to make more saves?
No. But he lashes out at you with 2 claws and does not connect.
Ha 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 ha.
How far did he move there?
He moved 20 feet.
And so they have pounce or something?
No.
So would it have been just one claw, or is it like a ghast-specific thing that I know about?
You would be correct.
About it being a special ghast ability, or about it being a one claw?
It should be one claw.
Okay. I'm just like, is this something new? Because some creatures have weird things. We're in the dreamland. Shit could be weird, you know? Like, I just checking.
And this one moves up, which, Steph, you would need to make a fortitude save on your turn.
Okay, as soon as he moves there, my readied action should trigger and allow me to 5-foot step there and attack him.
Okay.
And do I need to make a fortitude save now?
Yeah, let's let you go ahead. And you did pass.
I use my buckler hand to just cold my nose as I stab out at it, obviously. Let me ask you this. Does it look like this ghast is approaching with hostile intent?
Yes. He is
Okay, I will stab
hostile.
it then. That also moves my initiative to basically 20.5, if you want to adjust that. And that looks like that easily hits.
Oops, if you turn numlock on.
And I'll just say, back off.
And he is going to try and bite you in response. And it did not work out well for him.
So it
And
seems.
number 9 is going to try to do a full attack on Poppy. Yeah.
Awesome.
And here Poppy gets to kick some ass.
That didn't actually apply power attack, just as an FYI.
Yeah.
Like, as you checked it off like you were casting it, I think, maybe?
But I don't need it anyway, so.
Fair enough.
And you drop the ghoul. Make a fortitude save, Steph.
Well, I guess better start with that, Yes, of course. Feel free to apply some negative effect to me. I know it's been killing you.
uh,
Now I'm sickened.
yes, you are for 7 minutes.
That's bullshit, man. All right, whatever. -2. Okay, so that guy's within 20 feet. So I will throw a bomb. And hit 1.
Are you attacking with your weapon?
No, I was throwing a bomb. Bombs.
That doesn't look like that was attacking flat-footed. That's all. The only reason I'm asking.
I mean, attacking flat-footed.
Well, the bombs are a touch attack, right? So they should be targeting its touch AC, not its normal AC. Like if I do this, right, that shows even at a 16, it'll miss him. Now maybe they have more than 16 touch AC, but I only have 16 touch AC. So I think you're using the weapon. What you have to do, and this is like a crazy weird thing, right? Is you have to use your spell for the attack because that'll target touch, but then you have to use the damage as the weapon damage.
Okay, I had it backwards. All right, let's try that again. I'm gonna. If it's okay with you, we'll start over. I'll just attack 2 attacks. Okay, and then the damage.
Now the second one is technically -5, right?
Yeah.
So
I see
16
what
still
you're saying.
hits, it looks like. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay, I'll fix that then.
I know it's annoying. It's the whole touch ace thing sucks.
So he takes all that damage, and then this guy, the guy next to him, is going to take the splash damage, but he gets a save for half. Reflex save.
And so the first bomb damage you did there looks like you did the spell, and the second one looks like it was the weapon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But this time it didn't make a difference. But in the future, I got to remember to do this.
So
Yeah.
your minimum splash damage is therefore 11, I think, right? He takes 11 because it's 4 dice plus 7.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well. Yeah, you're right. It should be 11. It's
11
the
on
minimum
3.
damage.
So I think he gets 2 reflex saves, right? Each for half.
Yes.
And he didn't make either one of them.
Okay.
So he's dead. Alrighty. I don't feel so custard-like.
Okay, gas 2 runs up to... I'm sorry, gas 5 runs up to gas 2. Gas 11 comes back and joins the other group. You can tell that gas 2 is whispering.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that F stands for friendly.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the best one to put up as a marker. And
In all
gas,
fairness, I originally thought it was feared, so until it started spreading. But maybe they're friendly because they're feared, see?
gas 6, on the other hand, is going to do a full attack on Eric, and he did not confirm a crit, but he did land a bite attack. And Eric takes a little bit of damage, and let's start with a fortitude save. You do
Nice.
not have ghoul fever. Let's make another fortitude save. And you are not paralyzed.
Is that the bitter sound of disappointment I hear in your voice?
I think it might have been.
A little bit.
I'm going to delay my initiative for the moment and just hold my action for probably 1 point of initiative. So he just decides to stay back there and do nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was 8 that attacked. It was 6. Yeah, 8's gonna just hang back.
I'm gonna peer around the corner and give 8 a little like just try it look. And then I'm just lazily gonna flick out my rapier and stab the shit out of this thing. And I'll say, just try it. And then for the moment, I'm gonna let my Inspire Courage drop.
I'm going to barf.
Hey, on the bright side, on this map, we actually have the clear targets button in the upper left, so good job.
Well, I guess I'm gonna hang back and see what happens.
Probably going to barf on Valkov. Sorry, man.
You gotta make a touch attack for that.
It's a cone.
So I get a reflex save.
Yes.
For half vomit.
You will not smell like tequila.
Okay, gas number 2 starts approaching and he has his hands up. Gas number 8 is just kind of hanging back.
I'm gonna go ahead and move over to here, basically, standing next to Poppy, and I'm going to sheath my rapier as I walk over, or jog over, and look at the gas and just kind of fold my arms and say, okay, well, are we talking or what?
I guess I'm still just hanging out.
I also will hold my action.
Barf.
Buh.
The goodness, I think I got
You got this,
cone.
Valkov. You're good. But
Okay, gas number 5 comes over and joins him. Gas number 11 does the same, and once again, as they approach, they've got their hands up, as non-threatening as an undead creature can be. And then gas number 2, and for all practical purposes, we are now out of combat. The gas come over, and it's like, uh, uh, They start by saying, "Can you help us?"
With what? Also, I'm going to try to sense motive that and see if they're being genuine about actually wanting help or if they're just trying to trick us.
You feel that they are genuine in their request. You can tell that they appear to be hungry.
And what do I know about what guests eat?
Um, that is a very good question. And they do explain to you. Let's see. Truly, nothing says what they eat. Um,
What are guests similar to? Because they look kind of ghoulish. Are they a special type of ghoul?
they are a ghoul. They're a ghoul with the advanced monster template, the stench ability, and paralysis.
Okay, so what do ghouls eat? I'm guessing it's either like living bodies or dead bodies. I don't know which it is, and it might make a difference. But I'm pretty sure it's one of those.
We're gonna go with dead bodies because they talk about that they're hungry because strange multi-legged creatures have occupied their cemetery.
Do they eat their own kind, other ghouls?
Let's say they feast upon dead bodies because that's what the Wamps are after.
Okay, but will they eat their own kin that we just killed? Did we just give them a feast for half of them?
Normally I would say no, but as hungry as they are, they probably will devour their fallen comrades.
Are they really the comrades, or are they just other, cannibalistic ghouls on the hunt?
Other cannibalistic
Oh, okay.
ghouls.
I'm just not sure how deep bonds they really hold, as body-devouring, horrific undead creatures. And if this wasn't the Dreamlands, I'd be more focused on killing them, but, it's like, what's the point of killing them in the Dreamlands? Does it actually affect the real world?
And
Okay, so I'll ask them, how many of these are there, and do they look like, basically describe the picture of the Wamps with like the pig snout and the webbed feet and the, what was it, 8 or 9 legs, something like that?
yes, they do identify um, these creatures as being Wamps, and until your arrival, they had no idea what they were called. As for how many of them there are, the image is not going to tell me. That's what I need. They have seen between 4 and 6.
And are they all roaming in like a single pack, or are they split up at all?
Um, they're kind of spread out a little bit around the cemetery. They've seen multiple at one time on occasions, and they've seen just one or two at a time on occasion. But they
Okay.
all occupy the cemetery, And if you help them out, they will promise you free passage throughout their city. And the one of the three guests, he does apologize for your attack when you arrived here. That sometimes the hunger is overwhelming for several of them.
How sincere do I think? Are they just apologizing because they're terrified, or are they even halfway sincere? I'm guessing the terrified, but
Well, they're kind of terrified, but on the flip side, you can tell that it's genuine emotion. They're really hoping that.
do these seem similar to the other ghouls in the Dreamlands that are a lot less feral than normal ghouls? Is this like a
Uh,
thing about ghouls in the Dreamlands or something?
no, they're at the point of starvation, and it, really, they don't give a shit about you, but they're hoping that you can help them out by getting rid of these lamps and they can go back to their horrible existence.
Steph, what languages does Sith speak?
Well, let me look. No. I'm trying to see. I don't think I ever. Oh, Celestial, Common, Elven, and Goblin.
Do you speak any of those, Poppy?
Nope.
Okay, I'll speak first in Celestial and ask Sith, what do you make of all this? Because you said the guests speak Common, right? So I assume they're speaking in Common?
Correct.
Alright, so I ask in Celestial, and because I'm pretty sure the guests are definitely not going to speak the language of angels. Sith, what do you say?
What do I say to what? I mean,
What do you make of their proposal deal?
I'm, yeah, I might as well. Otherwise, we're not going to get these things. I mean, I guess we could go find these things on our own and whap them. But I mean, who doesn't want to work for a city full of gas, right?
Obviously. I'll ask the same thing of Poppy and Gnomish. How does Poppy respond?
I don't.
You just stare at them and just ignore me?
Yep.
How unfortunate. I'll say
Uh,
fine. Where are they?
just to cover a little bit more of the storyline, before you ask blatantly where they're at. The gas talk about, this is the city of Aberton. And nearly a century ago, it was struck by a terrible disaster.
No, we're
And
talking about
where you're
Dreamland
at,
Century, right? So it's
right,
really more like a millennia ago in real time or something?
correct.
Okay.
All items that were not made of stone were immediately petrified into this pale yellow ceramic. Um, the petrification afflicted most of the living creatures as well. People, trees, vermin were all transformed into ceramic statues where they stood. Um, the city is now mostly abandoned, and it's just supernaturally oppressive and joyless. A few hundred of the city's residents were spared the petrification, but they become gassed instead. Um,
So these guys weren't turned and didn't die and become gas. They only became gas because of this weird thing.
Correct. And they do have a loose knit structure. They, over the years, they have talked and realized that, none of them know why they were not petrified. Um, However, I guess I should have read this story again. Um, However, they were suddenly subjected to this relentless hunger for flesh. And they turned to the city's large old cemetery for, food. Um, the corpses that were interred beneath the soil had somehow been spared the petrification. And, you know, uh, the city cemetery became the food pantry. And, the guest, they protected the cemetery by positioning ceramic sculptures around the cemetery's iron fence. And they worship prayers to their gods to keep the cemetery safe. However, a few weeks ago, these creatures they now know as Wamps come to Aberton. They are stronger than the Ghast, and the creatures invaded the cemetery and now gorged themselves on the corpses that the Ghast had so carefully rationed. So, yes, truly, they are desperate for a solution.
Okay, so I'm gonna burn my lore master and gain another 10 on this. And I'm going to consult my book of the lore master. And I don't know what diseases or afflictions like this fall into. What category of knowledge would that be? Like arcana or something? Planes? Religion?
For what caused all this?
Yeah, the affliction on the people that turned him into ghasts.
Planes and or arcana?
Which would you prefer? They're equal for me.
It really doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm going to consult the book of the lore master, burn my lore master, so this gets 15 over the non-dice portion. Basically, ignore the dice portion because that's just I'm not actually rolling. So I get a 48 on my planes check or knowledge arcana check. Either way, 48. With a 48, am I able to figure out any way to reverse or think of ideas that I could investigate and come back later on and try to reverse the whole ghast thing and petrification? Have I heard of anything like this before, scouring through my encyclopedic knowledge?
No, this is entirely new to you.
So there's nothing I can think of that would help these people who've been turned into the ghast through no fault of their own, as far as I can tell.
Correct.
Oh, that's just lovely. Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely above your pay grade.
Hey, I'm just saying, we faced down an old one, okay? And got his idol from him, okay? We faced him down and survived. That's how I'm going to tell it in the tales. Okay, so at this point, is there anything else they want to tell us or questions anyone else wants to ask? Because presumably we all speak common.
I'm good.
Did nobody notice that I just walked over and killed Ghast 8?
Well, you didn't walk
know it.
over, so I figured you were testing out critting.
No, I moved my token over, crit him, and then moved it back.
I saw you roll, but I figured you were just, testing as well. Okay. And uh, I'm going to point out once again that part of the story was them moving statues to the gate and praying to their god to protect them.
Okay, with my knowledge religion, which is normally a 33, can I figure out what they're talking about? And what god it is? What god are they praying to? Is it the same god as it was in quote unquote life? And I guess I was also figuring that if they had statues that actually were protecting them, that when the wamps came in, that the wamps would have been attacked by them, and either the wamps killed the statues, or the statues killed some of the wamps and then got killed in return.
You're you really don't know. But on a without further questioning them,
Without what, sorry?
without specifically questioning them further about uh, the statues and praying to their gods, you really don't know.
Okay, I'll ask them about these statues and praying to their gods.
You tell that they are excited and yes, God does answer prayers.
Which god?
Any god of your choice.
Oh, you were saying that if they're the statues and you pray to the statues, anyone who prays to the statues apparently gets their prayers answered by their god, is what they're claiming?
No, they prayed to their gods, and the gods answered by, let's say, animating the statues to protect the graveyard.
So what happened when the wamps came?
Um, let's see. Uh, the Guardians did take care of a couple of the Wamps, but the Guardians being statues are motionless.
So statues killed some of the wamps, and then the wamps killed the statues, and that's why they're motionless, or what?
No, the guests let you know that anytime the statues will come to life uh, in order to protect the cemetery. However, being statues, they have zero movement.
Okay. So I'm guessing what you're hinting at is that if we pray to the statues, they will help fight the Wamps as long as they can do so without moving. How do they know not to attack us?
They don't. You do not have to pray to the statues. The
We do not.
Ghast placed these statues around the gate of the cemetery, right? They
Okay.
prayed to their gods for help, and the gods answered by animating statues from time to time to, prevent intruders that are not Ghast from coming into the cemetery. The moral of the story is watch out for the statues.
So can we pray to the statues to let us by to help protect the cemetery?
No.
And the Wamps didn't destroy these.
Correct.
And you said they can't move.
Correct.
So we just have to dodge them. I'm going to ask the guests where the Wamps got into the cemetery, because presumably that area is clear of statues.
No, they actually went through the gate. In the same place that the Ghast have given you directions.
Okay, so I propose new plan. We're going to walk up to near the gate, then I'm going to turn us invisible, and we're going to run through. Any objections?
Works for me. I'm
Fine
down with that.
me.
Okay, you are down south on that map. And as you're walking toward the cemetery, the stinking ceramic city opens up into an enormous cemetery dotted with mausoleums, monuments, and headstones. You can see that the cemetery stretches for nearly a mile in every direction, and it's ringed by this tall iron fence. Um, a section of the fence is knocked inward, and it allows access to the lumpy ground of the cemetery. Um, Outside the fence, circling the entire cemetery, you see this wide ring of statues facing inwards toward the cemetery. And
Can you show us on this map where those statues are?
yes, those are the little, yeah, those little things. Yep.
Okay, how big are these statues, and what kind of weapons do they seem to be holding, if any? Like, do they even have reach if they came to life?
These ceramic statues are all humanoids, and they're sculpted in everyday activities such as walking or talking or eating. Um, they're just like, they were petrified in the middle of an ordinary daily activity.
So in theory, we could go along like this route and never be in range of one of the statues when it animates. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, unless people object, I can say maybe we just skip the. Because here's the thing, right? I'm assuming I discussed with them this earlier while we were planning the mission, but the WAMPs are. You said they are blind past 60 feet, but otherwise they can sense you with like a blind sense or whatever, right? So invisibility doesn't actually help against them once you're within 60 feet, and if you're beyond 60 feet, they can't freaking see you anyway, so might as well not use invisibility here. Might as well just go through that safe zone of the statues, unless anyone has an objection.
Nope, safe zone it is.
Okay, we go through the safe space.
Okay, and as you all three come into the cemetery, and give me just a minute. Clear off the combat tracker. What time do you have to leave, Sheer?
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be 8:30, but my freaking ride hasn't shown up yet, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay, as you enter into the cemetery, you see many of the graves have been torn up. You see soil and smashed caskets just strewn haphazardly about. And you do notice movement at several places throughout the cemetery. And from the picture that you have, you do see 6 wamps digging into the soil around headstones, or trying to get into the mausoleum. And there's one that's even in a grave eating. Um, and none of them are aware of your presence.
I mean, assuming we would have just discussed this on the way over in previous discussions, we don't really see any point in trying to negotiate with the WAMP since we need one of their legs, right?
Correct.
Okay, so if they're not aware of us, that effectively means we have a surprise round to act in, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm going to cast haste on all of us. For my role in the surprise round, that's all I can do. Not sure what other people are going to do. And given that they're scattered around, we might want to let them come to us, so they actually have to spend more time getting to us than from like the furthest ones. Is anyone else doing anything this round?
I'm just hanging out, waiting to see what happens. I don't have any actions. Although, am I still sickened?
Shouldn't be.
No, you're not.
I mean, you could drink extract if you or formula or whatever if you have one that would be useful. Technically, you could also throw exactly one bomb.
Well, I kind of need to be closer to throw a bomb. My range increment's only 20 feet.
Okay, but the WAMP number 2 is going to be just one range increment further, right? And you're still going to be within point blank shot range, so it's effectively only a -1.
Yeah, that's true. I want me to go ahead and try to whack one while we're thinking about it.
I mean, might as well, because it seems like we're pretty much close to being done here, I think, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to put a -2 on the adjustment. And then I'm going to throw a bomb. So
Don't forget to put on point blank shot.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me find it here. Point blank shot. There it is. Boom. Point blank shot. I want to attack like the spell. Boom. And then my second attack be at -5, right?
You can't get a second attack. With this is a surprise round, you get a standard or a move.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
it.
you're right.
So it's just the damage at this point.
Okay, so let me roll the damage. That's a bomb.
Now, during the normal rounds, you're hasted, so you could throw 3, but
No, that's kind of shitty.
that wasn't the right one, I don't think. You used the spell
No.
damage.
No, it wasn't. God damn it, it's switching back and forth thing pain in the ass. There, that's what I meant to do.
Are we able to heal the 13 back? Okay, Papa, are you doing anything this round? During the surprise round?
I think I might stand forwards. But other than that, no, probably not.
Alright, should we roll initiative then?
Roll initiative. And Eric, you are up.
I am going to start orating. And then I'm going to ready an action to attack if something gets within my range.
And let's see, WAMP 2 was hit, so he is definitely aware of you. And he sees Poppy. And Poppy, he's gonna try and bite you.
Don't be scared, Poppy.
And does indeed hit.
Oh dear. What do I have to make a save on?
Okay, let's see. Fortitude.
Did I make it?
Yes, sir, you did. And Steph, you're up.
Okay, I will. Now I get to use both bombs, and I don't have the penalty. So, see if this works. So attack, and attack. Okay, 2 hits. Then I roll up here. I go boom, boom.
And you are hasted.
Oh, so we'll go ahead and throw a third bomb. And that's going to be a normal attack, right?
Correct, at your 17.
That's right. No, that is. And boom. And then 25 more. And then he gets 3 of the follow-on effect.
So 3d6, basically.
Yeah. Can I actually push that 3 times? Will it apply it 3
It will
times?
say it's already there, but one thing you could do, because that's not something you have a remove setup for, right? It's just the thing.
Right.
You could just manually put in a 3 instead of the 1, and then apply it.
The fixed. Oh, because I say.
So for the damage effect, right, just change the 1 to a 3, so now you apply a 3d6 acid to it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Or do I? So I go ahead and push the effect, right?
No, not yet. No, don't hit it yet.
Okay.
Open the effect up and change the 1 to a 3, then push the effect. Well, that was the duration 3, not the 3 should have been 3d6, not 1d6 duration 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I see. Okay, no, I didn't.
I forgot it had duration of 1, so I should have been clear. Yeah, I was talking about changing the.
Yeah, because I'm staring at it, I'm like, what are you talking about here?
Yeah, when you're able to adjust it, so the duration should be 1, or deleting it works too. Okay.
Delete that 1 and I'll reapply it.
User joined your channel.
There, how's that?
That would be correct.
And then I'll change this back to 1.
You could even set up more than one effect if you want for when you land multiple bombs.
Yeah. It would just be the same effect. It's just if you apply 2 different effects, then they have. I guess they each have to have their own name, wouldn't they? Like Acid Bomb 2, Acid Bomb 3.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Basically, okay. It's basically checking for the same name and the initiative order that's applied on. So that's what makes it say it's duplicates. Or rather, already exists.
It's easy to add, so I'll just add some more effects on there. Anyway,
left your channel.
I believe I'm done, right? It's a little scary that I've now hit him with 4 bombs and he's still plugging. So these things are tough.
Okay.
So.
WAMP 3. Is gonna do a double move. Copy. You're gonna hate this.
Why was he gonna hate it?
I bet it explodes.
He was 1 point away from death.
I mean, I just power attack because Balkov keeps bringing it up.
Well, the good news is you can 5-foot step and smack the other one with the 26.
You mean a 25?
No, I meant the attack roll that was a total of 26. Because the 34 just was the first attack that did 25 damage, then you have the 26. And then you're hasted, so you have a third attack.
Oh yeah, I do. Oh, 3 10s in a row. Full damage all the way.
So the only ramps that are still quote unquote left are to the north. Can you lock the tokens for a second? Is that a reasonable route to run?
Yes, I'll give you that route.
Okay, so I run over to there.
Why would you want to? Don't you have a ranged weapon?
It's terrible. It's a crossbow that does 1d8 damage, that's it.
Yeah.
And I'll continue my oratory performance. I was originally a ranged weapon, and then everyone else just charged ahead, shall we say, and wound up getting focused a lot, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go melee so I can defend myself.
Well, I mean, that was kind of my intention with this fight, was that they would all just focus me, since I've only been hit once in the last, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I can run as necessary. I can cast defensively and make myself invisible and stuff, and now I'm given a flanking bonus on WAMP 7 for you. And I'm actually going to go ahead and fight defensively. And then try to stab it. Didn't confirm.
rip.
Okay, map 9. Gonna move down. Steph?
Okay, I should mark off my bombs I used last time. So I'm halfway through all my bombs. I want to move down there. Get a little closer. So if you want to go ahead and okay that move, thank you. And then I'm gonna Womp 11 is Womp 11 hit already? No. Okay. Now because I moved, I only get one bomb, but then because I'm hasted, I get a second. Is that right?
No, you can only throw 3 bombs if you only take a 5-foot step. So you might be better off only taking a 5-foot step instead of moving.
Go right to there. Okay, I will only take a 5-foot step. What? Oh, it's just the nature of the grid that there's 25, and if I move to there, it's 15. So
Yep.
there's no going to just the 20-foot mark, I guess. And go to there. What's that do for me? If I move to the center. Oh. All right. Well, I'll just take the 5-foot step so I can throw all 3. So that should be 1 and a hasted and a second attack, and all 3 hits.
One
Okay.
of them was a crit.
Okay, one was a crit. So
Yes, it was.
let's do that damage first. Oh, gotta go back up here to this. Okay. And then second attack, and then third attack, and then
Now, strictly speaking, one of those was a critical hit, right?
yeah, that's my understanding. Would have been the first one.
So on a critical hit, gets kind of weird. Are you ready for this? The 1d6 and the extra 10 are multiplied, but the other 3d6 are not, as I recall.
So he should have another 11 points of damage.
Well, roll a d6.
11 points of damage.
Yes, 11 points of extra damage, looks like.
Right. And then,
Got it.
because all three bombs hit, he gets 1, 2, 3. So they should get 3 of those. And then these two guys.
Yeah, they have to make 3 reflex saves each, right?
Yes. So these three guys each have to make 3, or these two guys each has to make 3 reflex saves.
The first one made it.
All 3?
No, yeah, he made it once and failed it twice.
Which
So
one are we
he's
talking about?
Oh. You
want
applied.
3? 3 or 7?
3
or 7.
Womp
3.
3 and, okay, so 3.
Okay, so Womp 3, you said he made 1 and failed 2, so he'll take...
I mean, you can apply that damage yourself, so target just 3, then hit your, splash damage weapon 1, hit that twice, and then right-click on one of the numbers and change it to half, and then apply it again via the combat tracker.
Okay, did Womp 7... let's just do these one at a time, I guess.
Yeah, because you could have different reflex saves, so.
Okay, so 1, 2...
And then right-click on the 11, set it to half, and drag it back onto Womp 3 again.
It's not working.
So you see the
Oh,
11
no.
in the combat log where it says that I'm talking about the one that's just black 11 with the white space around it. Right click on that, and then the lower right you should see have the value.
Oh, I see.
And then once you do that, you can drag that onto Womp 3, and it should do 5 damage. There you go.
Like that. Okay, now I got it. All right. I was looking over on my character sheet. Okay, so what about the Womp
No
7?
problem,
How many did
Poppy.
he
See
make?
you, puppy.
User
He
disconnected from your channel.
he failed on 2 of them.
So,
Same
same
story.
thing then. So he's going to take...
Yep.
Oops, sorry. I put him on the wrong one.
I healed
Give him
him.
back those.
Took care of it.
There we go.
Alright, that looks correct.
Womp 3's got to be unhappy.
Oh, he's very unhappy.
So, what's our plan then? If Poppy just left for half an hour, are we just going to pause?
You guys want to take 20, 30?
I'm fine with assuming that Poppy's just basically going to full attack for now, or we can take a break. I'm fine with both.
GM's call.
Tell you what, let's finish this out and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Okay.
Back in about 15 seconds.
And Wamp 3 is gonna do a full attack on Poppy.
Back.
Yeah, not a damn one of them. Wamp Wamp 11's gonna take his damage.
Hang on a second, hang on. Did he just... Was that one dice roll for Wamp 11 or 3?
Looks like just one.
So something went wrong with the second and third acid bombs, because they didn't make him roll. I think you put damage 0 instead of damage O.
Oh. I did. I need to know, don't I?
Yeah, because it's ongoing, not for damage 0, so...
I'm just gonna apply the same damage and
Okay.
delete the effects that are on him. And then
Okay, those are fixed.
Wamp 11. Let's try this again. Oh, finally, I got a hit. I want to draw drag damage, not attack. Okay.
So Poppy would enable power attack, especially given all the attack buffs I'm giving her and how terrible her base damage is.
She'd probably attack Womp 7 since she's got a flank.
And power attack on Poppy. Number 11, right?
I would assume 7,
Womp
like
7.
you said, because of flanking.
7.
I can put flanking on Poppy. Poppy is now flanking.
Okay.
Also, hang on a second. Hang on. We're level 8. Wrench meat, can you update power attack to be attack -3, damage 9?
Attack -3.
Damage 9.
Damage 9.
Because it's BAB 8, which is what Poppy has, so that's what Poppy has to have. There's no choice involved. That's why it just has to be done. You can't choose how much to give up for extra damage, it just happens. So then you might want to delete that effect and put on the new one. Because I'm guessing that our 24 and 32 still hit.
Yes.
So maybe yeah. And Poppy gets the new and improved power attack. And that damage applies twice. And then Poppy's hasted, so she gets another attack at the highest value. That will hit.
Awesome.
Bam, right in the pig's snout.
These are tough little bastards.
Okay, Wamp 14 staying out of it. He's munching. Eric, you're up.
Sense motive on the WAMP 14. Does he actually notice us, or what is he trying to do right now? What kind of impression do I get from his behavior?
He is still continuing trying to get into the mausoleum.
Okay. Well, I'm not flanking at this point. I don't want to lose my full attack by getting into a flanking position. So I'm just going to target that Wamp, check off my Inspire Courage, and attack first attack, miss. Attack second attack, crit. Attack, wait. Oh, I guess that's good enough. Alright, okay. So that guy is dead now. So then I'm going to 5-foot step up to there. I'm assuming the 31 also hits the other Wamp. Yes. So then I will stab that Wamp. And that's everything.
Sorry, I had to step out for just a second. I'm back.
No problem. One to the north, just moved in behind a headstone.
Okay. I'm going to take a little step right to there. And then I'm debating if I should attack Womp 3 or if I should hold my action until Womp 9 gets closer. But the only one left, Womp 9?
There's
Oh, no.
one Womp
There's
14, but here's the other
14
part,
left
right?
there.
Is that Womp 9 is literally only one ahead of you in the initiative order, so if you delay your action until after it acts again, you'll be exactly at the spot you are now. So you're also kind of not in an actual square, so that should probably be affected. But I mean, if we're thinking we're going to fight them, I'd say feel you're entirely justified in attacking 3 and trying to kill it before it gets off another full attack, or just start chucking bombs at 9, figuring that it's the Womp 3's probably doesn't seem to be doing much so far.
Well, I only have 3. I only have 3 bombs left, so
Okay, well you can also just shoot your bow at stuff.
I think I'm going to use my bow on Womp 3, and then when Womp 9 comes over, I'll save my bombs for him. So the bow. Let's see here. So go up to the bow. Gotta find him. Composite longbow. Nice. So confirmed. Critical hit. Nice. Okay. So all right, there you go. I guess
okay, yeah. You do have another attack.
You're hasting.
Can I shift it over to Womp 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will let's see here. So I have to remove my point blank shot.
Which square is Steph actually supposed to be in?
I'd actually, if you approve my move, it'll push me over into the square.
Oh,
I tried to move.
I can't see the little move icon.
Yeah, it's so tiny. Okay, so there now I'm in an actual square. So that removes point blank shot, and then
is a 23 enough to hit the Womp 9?
Yeah.
Okay, so it still hits.
And then this is going to be there.
So you apparently have 2 hits on it. Your first attack was a 20 plus 18 equals 38, confirmed the critical, and then you crit for 36 damage. Your iterative attack was 11 plus 13 equals 24, and that hit. And then you also have the second attack of 4 plus 17 equals 21, so that's 2 extra hits.
So I should have 2 hits on Womp 9?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to do 2. So he should take a total of 19 points.
Apparently.
Poppy, go get him, Tiger. If you were here.
I mean, I would probably say that Poppy at this point would ready an action to attack Womp 9, or whatever Womp if they get closer.
I agree. And he's still breaking into the mausoleum.
Okay. I am going to not stop singing, but I'm going to delay my initiative for now till after Womp 9. I'm not going to ready an action. I'm going to simply delay. So it's now Womp 9's turn.
And he comes in and bites Poppy.
Okay.
And you're go. Let's see. Yeah,
Strictly, well,
you delayed.
strictly speaking, Poppy is now at initiative 16. And Poppy gets an attack using power attack.
That's right.
Not flanking though, and flanking should be removed.
And power attack.
And he gets his readied action against Womp 9. And I delayed my turn rather than readying because basically there's no guarantee it was going to stop in a space that was close enough, if that makes sense.
Right.
Poppy could 5-foot step in a direction, and unless it really tries to go around to Sith, could get the positioning. I couldn't. So then it's my turn now. I think, right? Okay. It's like I would have sworn that was my turn, but we'll see. So I'll target the thing, and I'll full attack it. And then I'm still fighting defensively. And both attacks miss, so an 18 misses. Okay, good to know. And my third attack hits, so it's somewhere in that range. Then it is Sith's turn.
I'm going to longbow it. And my third attack. So it's armor class of 19. We'll do this. I believe that is it for me.
And Womp 14 still continues with the mausoleum. And then Poppy would power attack. And they're still hasted. And did get a crit.
I think that'll do it. Poppy does get a hasted attack as well. Just in case he wanted to pound it even more.
Nope. Okay.
We still have Womp 14 up there.
But so far, it's not paying any attention to you.
The chaotic evil aberrations. Is there a reason that I'm seeing that I wouldn't want to kill it?
No, not necessarily. You are surrounded by 5 dead ones.
Oh, we made a bargain with these trustworthy ghouls. Sorry, ghasts. So I'm going to go ahead and move up to there. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and move up to there, and I'm going to ready an attack. And I'm still orating as I do this, so the Womp is definitely going to have noticed me at this point. But you know,
So you did a double. You did like a double move, right?
that's a single move, and then I read it in action.
My
Yeah,
single
you're-
move is on 30 feet.
You're hasted.
Hasted.
Oh, that gives you
You can move
2
60.
times.
It adds 30, but it can't double your normal. So if you normally only move 10, you only get an extra 10 from haste. If you can move 100, you only go up to 130.
I'll move to there.
Anything else you want to do?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I forgot to click.
Okay, he is definitely aware of you. And Eric, he comes down and tries to bite you.
I try to stab him first.
Yes, so try and stab him. Good crit.
Am I allowed to shoot him with the arrow since I only moved?
If you readied an action to attack him,
Oh,
I'm sure
no,
you
that's
could.
okay.
But
And let's see. How does Poppy move?
Poppy can move 40 feet. So if Poppy moved like that wouldn't work. What if we did? Hang
Alright.
on.
I'm gonna put. Sorry, you go ahead.
That work?
Yeah, we'll count that.
Then Poppy can do a single attack with power attack. Okay, so I will check off another thing of Inspire Courage. Haste has got to be winding down here. Well, okay then. Apparently 19th enough to hit.
Okay, now that I'm close enough, I can use the bomb. My last 3 bombs, but the last won't. So so we're going to do attack, and then the second attack, and then the hasted attack. And hopefully this will finish him off. So now I gotta go up here, and I gotta do that. And there you
I think
go.
you finished him off.
In
Yes,
that case,
you
I'm
did.
keeping my other 2 bombs.
And I'd like to point out that it came and attacked me first instead of like trying to talk, so feel completely justified in that. If it wanted to try to talk, it could have shouted something out then.